So this Vizion blend here, I have to say, is my new favorite. So Dream Lodge and Vizion side by side, both are my favorite. They both are contrasting blends. What's going on, everyone? We have another video for you here today, and today we're going to be featuring Bear Blend. I do want to say this isn't deja vu. We actually have two new blends. I did a video on these three blends that you see here. That's Amazon, Dream Lodge, and Cannanerdsbiz. And today we're actually going to be focusing on these two here. So I have here the Bear Blend OG Original and the Bear Blend Vizion blend. And I did go ahead and make a video on these three, as I mentioned. So if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to check that link up above. I'll be sure to link that up for you so you can check that video out and learn more about these three. I will be touching on these a little bit just to compare them. However, I'm going to be focusing on these for the most part. So a couple of things I did want to just go over briefly with you guys is, what are these? So these are herbal blends. They're essentially different plants and herbs that grow outside. Some you find in your backyard, and these are natural. So these are not any kind of illegal herbs at all. These do not have any cannabis inside of them. However, the kicker is this: these blends are so well made and so well selected and how they're put together that the effects that they give you are pretty powerful. And because they are powerful, they can essentially be compared to effects that you would get from cannabis. Now, I will say the effects may not be exactly the same. Of course, this is not cannabis. It doesn't have cannabis inside, but the effects that you get are great. For example, relaxation. You have Amazon and Dream Lodge. Focus, you have Vizion for that. The original is also great for relaxation. More of a kind of happy, giddy, funny, social. That's Cannanerdsbiz. It's also another uplifting blend that I would also recommend. So that is the only way that these blends essentially can be compared to cannabis, by the effects from these legal herbs. So all these herbs are USDA organic. You'll see that here on all of them, actually. And there's a couple ways you can consume these. So with Bear Blend, you can make them into a tea, and you can also smoke them. You can vaporize them like I do. I actually just thought about that. I didn't bring my vaporizer up here, but I'll be sure to link some down below that I absolutely love. You can roll them in paper. You can smoke them in a pipe. And Bear Blend also sells e-juices for your e-cigarette pens. If you have those cartridges that you fill up, you can buy them from the Bear Blend website, and you can go ahead and smoke on those instead of your e-juice cigarette flavors. You can use Bear Blend, and you get the effects, the same effects that you would get from these blends here. So first of all, I want to go ahead and start off by going over these two blends, because these are new blends that I have. Now, I do want to start off by saying Bear Blend was so kind, and they provided us these two blends to do a review on. And basically, they have no specific requests. All they did was they asked that we just give our opinion and just give a review, kind of like on the last video. Nothing specific here I'm going to say was told to me by anyone, and this is what I thought after trying these blends. And then I'm going to do a quick comparison of the other blends for you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these two blends here. Now, I want to go ahead and start off with the original. And one thing that I really liked, this was actually the first one that I tried. One thing that I really liked about the original is it's a pretty subtle feeling. So compared to all these others, I can tell you on the Bear Blend website, they say Vizion, Amazon, Dream Lodge, and Cannanerdsbiz are all medium effect blends. And in my experience, you definitely feel them when you consume them. The original, you do feel it, but it's really subtle. So essentially, you have to kind of be looking out for it, like that change that happens, just like these other blends when you get the effects. You have to be actively looking out for it. And you definitely notice it. It's like an underlying calmness in your body that you feel. with the original. It's nothing too crazy. I felt basically calmness. It didn't relax my body like a Dream Lodge would, but it was just a calmness, a comfort that I felt when I had the original. It was true both in smoke form and in a tea. And I actually tried a recommendation from the Bear Blend website where they actually say that these teas are great with lemon and honey. So I did that with the original, and I liked it a lot. Initially, I tried these just by themselves, and I steeped them in hot water, and I just drank the tea straight up. Hot tea, just normal tea, kind of like you do with the chamomile. A chamomile. I can't think of my words, guys. But just like you would do with any other basic tea, like a tea bag, you'd steep it in water. It would release the flavor. Sometimes you drink it straight, sometimes you mix it. It just depends. You obviously just do it to flavor. I thought it had a really good flavor, the original, with lemon and honey. So that was really cool. And what I want to do real quick too, I'm going to go ahead and open this up for you guys, because I never actually was able to do this in the first video. So you'll notice a lot of colors in this one. This one actually has the most flowers in it. And Bear Blend actually advertises it that way too. So I really liked it. It smells good. This is actually one of my favorite smelling herbs out of all of them. They all smell really good, to be honest. This one is my favorite. It has more of like a, I don't know, I kind of can smell more hints or more notes of different scents. So I really like this one. This blend here is really good for anyone who essentially doesn't want to feel really strong effects and doesn't want something like a Amazon, which relaxes your mind and your body, or a Dream Lodge, which relaxes your body a lot. This one, it just gives you that underlying calmness. Now I also noticed both Vizion and Original, the OG, they both have anti-anxiety effects. The calmness and the kind of stillness, the subtlety of the stillness and calmness you get from this blend, I would personally say it is a good anti-anxiety, because you do feel comfortable. So let's say you're out around other people, you don't have that feeling, like that knot in your stomach. You feel calm, you feel relaxed, and it's something you don't really notice. So that's why it's like a really low-key feeling. So I really liked it for that. And then the Vizion. So this Vizion blend here, I have to say, is my new favorite. So Dream Lodge and Vizion side by side, both are my favorite. They both are contrasting blends. So this one lifts you up and this one brings you down. And they're both very powerful in the effects. So this one, you really feel it in your body. My muscles all basically relax with the Dream Lodge. I feel like I'm drooping down a little bit. I want to go ahead and lay down, go to sleep. Vizion is completely different. So with Vizion, the best way I can describe it, I consume Vizion, it brings the attention from my body up into my head, and then from my head projects it out in front of me. So with Vizion, I'm able to focus on everything around me, on the work at hand, the task at hand, whatever I'm doing. Vizion is really good. So it energizes me, it lifts me up. They're completely opposite, guys. And I love Vizion also because it has a really good flavor. So flavor wise, this one is different than all of the other blends. I guess you could say it tastes like tea still, but it has like a little bit of like a really good hint of something in it. I'm just trying to get the flavor down. It tastes really good. I absolutely love the smoke that Vizion produces. I find myself playing with the smoke whenever I'm vaporizing it. I like to inhale it, puff it out. For the most part, I don't inhale Vizion like I would with all the rest to get the effects. I like it, so I hold it in my mouth or blow it out of my nose. I love Vizion. This is my new favorite. So this one I would recommend to anyone who wants to get some work done. And of course, you always want to consume responsibly. You don't want to be under the influence while you're doing any kind of work. But what I mean is, let's say you're doing chores, or I've used this for work personally, and I found that it quiets everything around me. So I'm not worried about any feelings in my body of like that insecurity or worry. I'm not in my mind thinking different bad thoughts or negativity or anything like that. That comes up sometimes in anyone's day to day. So with Vizion, I'm just focused on what's in front of me. Also, I have a really cool story. So I ended up putting this in my vaporizer, and I mixed it with some hemp that I have, some CBD hemp, and it's a match made in heaven, guys. CBD is really good with Vizion because, like I mentioned, this lifts you up and it projects your focus outside of you. It's almost like a sativa blend, though it's not like Cannanerdsbiz. It does uplift you, and it brings your attention up to your head, but projects your attention out. So you're not in your head, you're instead focused around you, but you have like this, and all your energy is basically put up to your head, so you feel really good, and then it projects it out in front of you, so you're focused on everything around you. So that's what this does, and you mix it with some CBD, and wow, you get a really good body calming effect and a really good energizing effect, and you just focus on everything outside of you. So I ended up going out to a really busy mall, and when I did that, I was completely calm, I was chill, I was just enveloped in everything around me, looking around, and I had no cares in the world, no worries. I felt 100% balanced when I did this. So very, very exciting, and I'm seriously looking forward to enjoying some more Vizion. Now, like I mentioned, all these blends you can mix with your cannabis or your hemp or CBD in general when you consume them, and you can get a lot of different effects. These can also help you to conserve on your cannabis or your stash, whatever you have. You can mix it with tobacco if you wanted to, and you add different effects based on that as well. So what I did when I mixed this with my hemp was I added effects to the CBD, or I added CBD effects to the Vizion. And on that note, I also will say, I read that Bear Blend is actually developing a hookah blend, a pipe tobacco, an herbal blend, chew, smokable herbal CBD blend, which looks like they're going to be releasing it this year in 2018. So me being all about a cannabis, whether it's hemp or just normal cannabis, I'm super excited, especially for this. I can't wait to see how they mix it. Now, I assume that they'd be adding it to these blends. Maybe they'll have another line. I'm not really sure, but I am super, super excited just to try all of these again with CBD. So that's something to look out for, and I'm definitely going to be looking into that, and I'll be sure to make a video whenever that comes. But okay, so let's move on. That's one thing I definitely wanted to touch on. So this one here, this would be almost like a indica, the original. It's sort of like an indica, but it's, like I said, it's not super strong, but it's really good because it's a subtle calmness. This is a little bit like an indica, but it's not like an Amazon where it calms your body and your mind. It's not like a Dream Lounge where it really calms your body. You just feel like a nice comfort. This is really good for an anti-anxiety. I know some people, they basically feel like, let's say, for example, you smoke cannabis and you feel somewhat paranoid, or you just feel paranoid about any effect that's not in your control. Original is the best for you if that's you, because you don't have any strong effect that you're going to worry about. You're like, oh man, what's going to happen? Or, oh man, I don't like how this feels. Everyone's different. I know some people who absolutely hate cannabis because of how they feel when they smoke too much, or they don't know their good balance. So when they smoke cannabis or when they consume anything cannabis, they just get super paranoid and they start to freak out. The OG is for someone like that, and just for everyday general use, I would say. You can really enjoy this. You never get tired of it because it's such a subtle, nice, calm feeling. Vizion is really good also for anxiety because it gets you out of your head and it gets you focused on everything around you. I would compare this to not a strong sativa, but the effect that you get, you really do feel it. But this is like a light sativa in the way that it gets you focused on everything around you like a sativa would do. Some people say when you enjoy a sativa, it gets you energized and you can sit on the couch and play video games all day because you're just so focused. And this one kind of does get you focused in that way. It kind of gets you focused on everything around you, and I love that about it. So this one, you still get your same clear mind, but you do have that underlying calmness. This one, you don't really feel anything in your body at all. So Cannanerdsbiz, this one, as I mentioned in my previous video, it's really good celebration blend. You feel it in your head. You feel nice and happy, giddy. It gets you very social. It's really good to interact with other people. This one will put you right to sleep. It really calms your body. And this one will calm your body and your mind. So I'll show you the Vizion real quick since I did show you the original. As you can see, I dug in this one a little more than the original, but I definitely did enjoy that one. I had this one quite a few times. The Vizion, I love how it smells as well. Both of these smell really good. So really basic, but you can see the herbs inside. This one has some skull cap in it, which mixed with CBD does a really good job. I'll show you the knick-knack. You can see that there. They all look kind of similar, so that's why I never really made it a huge thing to share it with you guys. Now, before I end the video, I want to go ahead and show you this. This is one thing I'm really excited about. This here is my tea maker that I mentioned earlier. What you do is you open it up, you pour your tea inside. Generally what I do is I grab like a little pinch, almost like this. Personally, I feel like it's like almost like a gram. I usually do like a long line, something like that, maybe a little more. I get something like that, and then I just throw it right inside. I'm not gonna make tea right now. Throw it right inside of there. And when I do that, I heat up some water, pour the water inside, right? Close it up, let everything kind of steep. Generally, you do that for about 3 to 5 minutes. And after that, you put this on your cup, and it opens up and it releases the tea into your cup. Now, what I love about this though is the fact that the opening is right here. It's nice and small. So when this gets pushed up, the liquid comes from the middle. There's like a small little opening here. You can see that white gasket. The liquid comes from the middle, and the stream that comes out of here is really thin. It's really small. So because the stream is so small, you can actually use this to fill up bottles, like a water bottle. So you can take these teas on the go pre-made, and you can just enjoy them and get the effects wherever you go. So that's, you know, definitely one way to be safe. You can still be nice and calm, whether you have the original or the Vizion. You want to get some work done later on, or maybe you want to go on a trip and you want to get some sleep wherever you're going to go. You can have some dream lodge or relax with the Amazon, or even be social and have fun with knick-knack in your water bottle. So I would definitely recommend this. This is something that I found in a tea shop, because the stream of water that comes out is so thin. It's perfect for just your standard water bottle that you would buy at the store, like an Aquafina, Dasani, those kind of bottles, just to make sure I'm clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and link this down below for you guys. Anyone that's interested, I absolutely thought it was a perfect idea, and I've tried it myself. It's great. I love it. So I use this all the time when I'm enjoying any kind of loose tea like this. That's basically it. These are my papers. I do have the classic and the organic, like I mentioned in my last video. Now, one thing I do want to point out though is these are always like usually what most people are used to, and this brings me to flavor. So I usually wouldn't use something like this just because these kind of already taste like tea. It might not taste so great with flavored paper. But on the topic of flavor, I will say that basically these taste like tea. I also had a question for my last video that was asking what do they smell like. So again, these are just normal herbs. So these just smell like tea. You don't smell anything unless you open the tin, and even still, you'll notice the smell's not very strong unless you put your nose up to it. I'm just opening these up because I opened the others. This one smells like clove because it has clove. I love the smell of all of these. That's basically all I have for you guys. My new favorites, Vizion, Dream Lodge, as you know. This one is definitely my number one. This one I like a lot, probably for more regular everyday use. Amazon is also really good just for relaxation. I kind of compare it to like a wine. It relaxes your mind and your body. This one will relax your body, doesn't relax your mind quite as much. This one is good for being social, feeling giddy and happy, get you in your head. This one really focuses your attention to everything around you. You just focus. You don't feel anything in your body. You don't have any thoughts. So I guess it kind of does quiet your mind like Amazon does, but it gets you focused on everything around you. This one doesn't do that. So alright guys, if you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment down below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. I do plan to release more very soon. So I also want to just point out, YouTube is not friendly when it comes to anything cannabis related. So I do have another channel that I created on theweedtube.com. So that's also CannaNerds. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you guys. And be sure to check me out on Twitter, Instagram as well. And that's all I have for you guys. So I hope you guys have a great day or night. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. And I'll tell you guys a quick funny story. about Vizion. The first time that I had Vizion, I felt great. I'm dancing around my house and I danced towards the front door, just a little dance, and something is looking back at me. Whoa. So I stop. I stop mid moonwalk. I wasn't really moonwalking, but I stopped mid moonwalk, whatever I was doing, I don't even know. And I see these eyes just staring back at me, and I'm like, uh-oh, there shouldn't be any eyes looking back at me. I'm the only one here. Just go figure, there is an animal, and it was staring back at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. I need to be getting some work done. So anyway, I was just really focused on that thing. I walked away, came back, and I gave it a good amount of time because I was just focused. But after that happened, really interesting story. I went back to work, what I was doing, and I was able to focus perfectly. I wasn't worried about the thing that just happened. I was just so enveloped in the work I was doing. I was just able to pump out my work. So that's really good. I love Vizion.